Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Ask Eric the Conductor. My name is Eric, and I'm happy to answer your questions that you ask. And today, let's dive right into it. I'm a professional musician in a professional orchestra. Hello. And I feel conflicted. I work so hard to get where I'm at, but often feel I have little artistic freedom within the orchestra. Any advice? Whoa! This is a big one. This is starting off big here. They didn't leave a name, and I understand why, because this is a question that I hear a lot from fellow professional musicians. Now, I understand exactly what this person is asking. I work so hard to get where I'm at, but often feel I have little artistic freedom within the orchestra. Now, for those of you who are not in a professional orchestra, and those of you who are, you understand those who are not in a professional orchestra might not understand that to get into a professional orchestra at a really high level one, you have to be at the top of your game, and you work so hard to develop everything that you're doing on the instrument, musicality, et cetera, to get to an audition. And then the audition is an insane process where you're put through the ringer, and there are often 200 or 300 people there to get one position. There are very few jobs out there, openings for orchestras. And so it is a very difficult thing to get a job these days. And when you get it, you think, wow, I've worked all these years and hours put in to get here. And then when you're there, you actually have to follow conductor, and you have to follow the leaders within your section and do what is collectively agreed upon within the orchestra. Collectively agreed upon, it actually comes down to the conductor, usually, of this is what they want. Of course, as conductors, we try to be as collaborative as possible, but there's a time where you have to make those decisions. And so I fully understand, because I played in orchestras for years as well, and I'm surrounded by all my friends who have played them, that there's little freedom to go whatever you want to do within that setting, because of course you have a collective goal and you want to play the same way as your stamp partner within the section of the orchestra, within the whole orchestra as a whole, for something collective and wonderful, because it is a wonderful thing to have these 100 people come together for a goal that is really extraordinary at its end. But that means that you're giving up and compromising a lot of your individualism. And so the advice, yes, I have a lot of advice, because I've gone through this. I've gone through this as an orchestral musician. I've gone through it as a conductor, because you think, well, the conductor has all the power. Well, no, actually, because we make no sound without an orchestra. We can go like this all day long, but if there's no orchestra to do it with us, we don't have anything there. And so we're also at the mercy of those 100 people to bring that out. And so, having gone through this, my advice to you is to explore what is in what you truly want to express. Now, it's a bit vague, but if you have some nagging thought of, oh, I would love to do this in this way, I'd love to do this in this way, explore that. And I mean, explore it to the hilt. And I don't mean leave your orchestra job right now. Right now, I said. I don't mean leave it, but there's ways to explore it within the orchestra, but also within other avenues and other endeavors that you do, to bring out as much as what you feel inside as possible. I think that's so important, especially for us musicians. We've got a lot more to give than just one little role that we play, or one big role that we play. And so explore that. And that might lead to something that might actually develop into something that might coincide with your job in the orchestra, or it might start a new career, might go somewhere else. And I think that's so important. I did that. I was an orchestral musician, and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to go into conducting to try to do some more. Well, you know what? I still had a nagging feeling inside that I've got to literally express my voice. So I started singing, and that developed into something else. And so explore these avenues and see where they go. Now, I'm not advocating quit your job, Well, secretly I am, because I love that. But no, I'm kidding. Everyone has a risk factor here and there. Whatever it is, just explore. And please explore that feeling that you have inside. I hope that's some advice there, but we'll go on to the next question. Actually, before we do that, I want to bring up something. I am having a 5-day webinar masterclass coming up. Here, I'll show this. It's December 2nd to the 5th at 11 a.m. Eastern every day. It's only 30 minutes. It's not a lot of time. And as you saw there, now it's going to come back again. The title is Awaken Your Inner Musicality. That's so important to me. That's what we were just talking about, actually, in that question. Awaken your inner musicality, embrace the power of creative liberation. That is so important, I think, not just for professional musicians, not just for amateur musicians, but also avid listeners. I think there's a connection that we all have to music inside of us, whether we play an instrument or not, whether professional or not, it doesn't matter. There is that connection to our inner self, and we all have that inner musicality. So join me. You can sign up. I'll put the link in the description or in one of the comments below. And there it is. Okay, good. Let's go on to the next question. Why does the conductor always wait off stage before the concert? And why do they walk on and off between pieces? Okay, this is a bit of easier question than the other one, but very valid. I totally understand this. The main reason, well, I mean, traditions die hard. This was decades and decades ago this started. But what it essentially comes down to is when you have a full orchestra, you have to play in tune. And so to get 60, 80, 100 people backstage to all tune, that's very, very difficult because everyone's in different rooms, etc. So when they come on stage, they start warming up. You might have gone to a concert, they're warming up, they're playing little licks and doing this and that, and all of a sudden everything dies down. And all of a sudden, the concert master, he or she is the person at the front of the first violins. They come on stage, and everyone claps because it's nice to acknowledge the concert master, who is the link, technically, between the conductor and the rest of the orchestra. They come on, and they turn to the orchestra, and they gesture to the oboist, and the oboist gives an A. That is the tuning note. And why the oboe gives it, there are various reasons, but it's a nice piercing sound so that the whole orchestra can hear it. And then the orchestra tunes. So everyone is in tune, and then they sit down, and then the conductor comes out because now it's time to start the concert, and everyone's tuned up, and we can dive right into it. Because it'd be a bit awkward if the conductor came out, and then you tune and tune and tune and wait. I mean, I've done it. It's not that awkward. But also, now between the pieces, this is also something where they might need to retune if the piece before has been big and a lot of different technical aspects that might have more of a chance for your instrument to go out of tune. This is a reset, and also it's a good chance if the piece before didn't have certain instruments. That's when those instruments walk on the stage. Let's say the first piece didn't have horns, French horns. Well, in between, the horns can walk on, they can tune, and the conductor can come on again, just like the beginning. So hopefully that answers that question. That comes from Jan. That is in Victoria. Thanks, Jan, for that question. And like I said, please join me for this December 2nd to the 5th, Awaken Your Inner Musicality. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it's also going to be deep. We're going to dive into how to connect with your inner musicality. And this is for professionals, for non-professionals, for avid listeners, people who want to get into classical music or music in general. It doesn't have to be classical music. So please join me, and we will see you next time.